corner while my brain has convinced my every muscle to just go one more mile. I used to enjoy that kind of thing, you know, an early morning run. It's been 17,520 hours since I've last tasted the satisfaction of gainful employment. And did I mention, it's been 525,600 minutes times 2 since I last remember life without the pain of an all-day, everyday headache. 730 days since I remember anything, actually. It's 10 a.m. Tick-tock goes the clock. Have I locked the kids in the room? It's 10:05. Has the bashing of my head begun? It's 10:10. Has my son attempted to save me? It's 10:15. Have you kicked me, knocked me into the dresser? Have I pleaded, begged, and traded with God to just not let me die with my children in the house? It's 10:20. Have the neighbors screamed down that they're calling the police? It's 10:29. Thank you, God. It's over. 730 days. 730 days, and I still love you.
Wow.
I always will. Because that is the love of a mother to her daughter. That's it. I am she. How is it that I ended up here, standing next to a well, conversing with a man who is so much more, begging for this living water he speaks of? Yes, I am she. And where do I go, or what do I do now that I have touched the simple hem of a simple garment worn by a not-so-simple man? Yes, I am she. And when did my sins overtake me so that I now stand chained and bound, much too ashamed to even look my accusers in the eye? Had it not been for the one they call teacher, a stick and some sand, my punishment, my grave, would have been somewhere in that desolate land. Yes, I am she. I am she whose tears poured over thy feet. I am she whose hair did dry and cleanse. I am she whose kisses did not cease. I am she who you have seen and tried not to. How can it be that I am she? Washed and set free, saved and lost, all at once. Yes, I am she. This next one, I try to do this or something similar to this whenever I'm in the honorable company of wonderful women. Because I need you to know that you are not alone. And I need to know I need our brothers to recognize and understand that they are a part of us and that sometimes they need to look out for us. Or just listen. Last night I decided to go out. You know, hang with some friends and vibe off our shenanigans, do what normal people do when they need to relax and let loose, Except, I didn't realize I was like Cinderella and had an expiration date on staying out late. Was it my laughter? Because I know I tend to laugh just a little bit louder than everyone else, so was it my laughter that drew your attention? And no, you did not forget to mention my smile and how beautiful it was. And no, you did not forget to mention my smile and how beautiful it was. And no, you did not forget to mention my smile and how beautiful it was. Last night, I decided to go out. You know, hang with some friends and vibe on our shenanigans, do what normal people do when they need to relax and let loose, Except I didn't realize I was like Cinderella and had an expiration date on staying out late. Was it when I went to go sit a loan that implied I was available and you should come and make yourself at home? Was it when I went to go sit alone that implied I was available and you, yes you, should come and make yourself at home? Was it when I went and sat alone that implied I was available and you should come and make yourself at home? Last night. Last night I decided to go out. You know, hang with some friends and vibe off our shenanigans, do what normal people do when they need to relax and let loose, except I didn't realize I was like Cinderella and had an expiration date on staying out late. What was it about me that made you think I wanted a drink? What was it about me that made you think I needed a drink? What was it about me that made you buy me a drink last night? Last night, I decided to go out. You know, hang with some friends and vibe off our shenanigans, do what normal people do when they need to relax and let loose, except I did not realize I was like Cinderella and had an expiration date on staying out late. And I was tired, so I bid you adieu. I made sure to thank you. I made sure to thank you. I thanked you last night. As I walked to my car, there you are. There you are. There you are. Last night, I decided to go out. You know, hang with some friends and vibe off our shenanigans and do what normal people do when they need to relax and let loose and stuff. I didn't realize I was like Cinderella and had an expiration date on staying out late. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Thank you. And yesterday, I had the pleasure to perform at your sister chapter in Henrico, the Big Hat celebration. And I met Miss Michelle, and she asked me to come specifically for this next piece that I am going to do for you. Next and last. I was there on a cool, breezy day when you proclaimed you simply wanted a breath of fresh air. I saw the strength you mustered from within as you descended each and every stair. And long before anyone saw you in a do-rag, headscarf, head covering, or whatever you want to call it, I saw you. Standing in a bathroom with your arms braced against the countertop. You looked at me, and you gave me a little wink, and in that moment, I knew that you were not weak. Even as your hair fell in clumps, filling the sink. And sitting in a doctor's office, waiting for news that we didn't really want to hear, holding hands in solidarity. The doctor coming in and saying this monster that you fought once, twice, 3 times already was back. His words left a foretelling of death in the air, but you sat up straight in your chair, and I watched you command your fate to change the atmosphere. I saw you agonize over the decision to strike from your body what some would have the audacity to say is what is the mere essence of you as a woman. You did not squirm under their scrutiny. You stood firm in knowing that all would be right. And we watched you prepare to fight. And when it became time that we, or maybe it was just me, believed it to be time to have this conversation about death inevitably, you inhaled deeply, and without missing a beat, you looked at me and said, there are things I still want to see. My children grown, for example. And I saw just a sample of this vessel called grace and mercy you've talked so much about. You have embodied strength throughout, leaving no doubt as the kind of character you are girt about. You see, it was in your strength that I learned to swim. And in your tenacity that taught me the value in we'll wait and see. But most of all, it was seeing you ring that bell that reminded me we all have a story to tell.